Oh, mama, they made.
What?
Oh, mama, they stuck me in the TV. Oh, mama, they made a concert film about me.
Well, that's one way to start our podcast. Ooh, that is so dusty. Why did I grab that?
I literally just.
No, it's fine. It's not. It's just
so
that.
dusty in
It just was collecting there. Anyway, what a way to start the pod. Welcome to Cinema Rats. It's been over a year since we left you all. We took a year off, apparently.
Guess what? We're still watching movies.
Mm-hmm. We're still watching movies. We watched
done an episode where we had
a lot.
Letterboxd wrapped out.
Oh yeah, I mean we can still access that.
Yeah.
It still can be brought up. I don't remember it said how many movies we watched last year. It was a lot. But anyway, we're back. Yeah, we didn't stop watching movies. We didn't fall off the earth. I mean, we fell off the podcasting earth, but we're back today.
We're still rats.
Still rats.
And I hope you are too.
Rounding around in the gutter, please, everybody. We're down a rat today.
I was so confused. Why? I didn't know what you were saying.
Oh.
Down a rat.
We're down a rat. Allie's not here. She's at school. It's just Jesse and I. And we're here to review 2 movies that we just went and saw yesterday.
A double feature for the girlies. Evening
it was a
for
day
the girls.
for the girls. You want to tell them what we did?
Okay, so Morgan started off the day by working.
Fine. That was not a day. That was not for the girls. But
I started off the day by loafing around and doing nothing and watching the hockey game. And then
for the girls, we met up. I came home, picked Jesse up, and we scooted off to the movies.
First, we saw the new EPiC. It's called EPiC. Elvis Presley in concert. Baz Luhrmann's new Elvis fan art.
Fan edit.
His fan edit. And then we had an hour or so. We run to Chipotle. Delicious. We got the chicken al pastor. And then we went back to the movie theater and we saw Joe Keery in Cold Storage. Then we went home, cracked open some espresso martinis
that you
questionable
didn't drink.
It was kind of nasty. And so then I switched and I had a course and we watched SNL.
And then we went to bed. Because it was late and we were sleepy. Yeah. So we want to start with Elvis.
Okay.
EPiC.
We didn't do an episode on Elvis, did we?
No, because that was way before we ever came up with this idea. I know we talked about like redoing an episode, but we just never have. So I guess let's talk about that a little bit too.
So Baz Luhrmann's movie Elvis came out in 2022 or 2023? 2022, I think. Which is crazy, 4 years ago. And in that 4 years, I cannot tell you the amount of times I've watched that movie.
She's seen it to be. I've seen it a bunch of times, but she's seen it
50, over 50. I don't know, a lot, maybe more.
Well, you would just like turn it on in the background while you're doing school, right?
So if I had a movie memorized, it would be that one. I have every moment of that movie memorized. It's so bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Everybody I know, I've made watch that movie with me,
except for Dad. Dad still has never seen it. We gotta make him sit down and watch it.
I watched it with my friends at college, and afterward, we literally were there for an hour while I was
giving a
presentation off the top of my head on Elvis's life and Priscilla, and they were like shooting questions at. It was like a Q&A, like rapid fire question about Elvis. It was the time of my life.
Yeah, I remember that because you were like,
it was crazy. Like... We were literally there for an hour after the movie, and I'm just like, okay, who wants to?
Yeah, but. One thing about that movie is you literally leave that. Like, we left that movie. Like, I could have just, like, sat there and, like, sobbed in the movie theater.
The original Elvis.
The Elvis movie. Not this one. Because you literally walk out feeling like you killed Elvis. The fans,
like,
we killed it.
It asks the question at the end, like, did the fans do this to him?
Well,
like,
and he
was
says,
it the fame?
What's the song he's singing at the end?
Unchained Melody.
Unchained Melody, and it's like, what's the lyric? There's like a lyric that's so like, oh my gosh, is that what it? Oh, why can't I think of Unchained Melody lyric? Oh,
while you're looking at, wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up because this is gonna bother me.
I literally, the first time we saw it, I went into the movie, I didn't want to see Elvis originally. My plan was I was never gonna watch that movie because I didn't like the casting of Austin Butler. I thought he looked nothing like Elvis.
This was also like before you really cared about Elvis. Like, did you care about Elvis?
I did, yeah. Just because of Grandma and just because it's Elvis, like.
Yeah, I mean,
we were all like casual Elvis fans. I feel like because of Lilo and Stitch. Like that was Lilo and Stitch and Uncle Jesse were my only introductions to Elvis.
Same.
So then I was just annoyed because I was like, how can they cast someone to play Elvis? And then you're having him sing for the majority of the movie, like it's not even Elvis. And then I left that movie life changed. I'm crying.
Yeah.
Allie and I were standing in the lobby of the movie theater and you and Mom were in the bathroom. I'm literally still crying. We go up to the counter to get like a refill on popcorn before we leave. The ladies look at me like I'm insane because I start crying again at the counter.
Yeah. Well, I was crying in the bathroom.
I was like, I was like crying over Elvis. It's so good.
Yeah.
But we should like introduce Baz Luhrmann to the people who don't know who Baz Luhrmann is.
Okay, well, I was just looking up his filmography basically on Letterboxd on my phone. And honestly, we've actually seen a majority of his movies. I think the only ones we'd really care to see we've actually seen. So he did like Moulin Rouge,
Great Gatsby,
the new Great Gatsby with Leonardo DiCaprio, which is a questionable movie. Well, you started it. I saw it in high school and I loved it, and then I tried to rewatch it with Jesse a couple years ago, and I was like, what? And then he also did Romeo plus Juliet, also with Leonardo DiCaprio.
What's that one with Hugh Jackman?
Australia. or Faraway Downs, depending on which alternate ending you're watching. Which that's one crazy. I forgot about. I have differing opinions on both. I like them both for different. Like, part of me likes the one ending, and part of me actually likes the other ending too. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I guess it depends on what mood you're in. My computer is taking forever to load. And then he also did, or maybe that was it. And Elvis, and then he did some other like kind of weird looking movies that I was like, I don't know.
I really like smaller.
Yeah, I think they were maybe like before he was like Baz Luhrmann.
I can't imagine.
I didn't realize he hasn't really done that many movies, actually.
Which I have a love-hate relationship with this man.
Mm-hmm.
I have an appreciation for him because he appreciates art and the type of art that he likes, which maybe is not my cup of tea or everybody's. Flashy
smash cut edits of
he would go crazy on TikTok if he was a teenage girl.
The edits this man would make, fire.
But like, I appreciate that he's doing it, and he's doing it all like by hand.
Yeah, no AI. Like, that was a big thing with this concert in particular, which we'll talk about here. But yeah, he was like, he just big thing.
Does whatever he wants just because that's how he likes it, and props to him.
Yeah, and if you don't like it, then don't watch it.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I'm looking at this point.
Unchained Melody. And then we should read our Letterboxd reviews.
Yeah, which you're probably gonna have to look mine up. The I Need Your Love. Because they literally, at the end, he's singing Unchained Melody, and he's like so sad looking, and he's saying, I need your love, I need your love. And it's like, they're really like driving home the point that they're making it seem like he needed the fans to love him in order to survive, and that the minute they kind of forgot about him or didn't care is when he died. And so it was like, oh my, or it was also like they loved him too much that he was trying to keep up this image. Like, the drugs and the
not taking care
of himself and like basically people drugging him to make him go out on stage. Like, so it was like, oh my gosh, because he had to keep up this like persona
of like 3 shows a day
to feed the fans, like it killed him. And it's like, no, that's not true, but that's how you leave feeling. Right. So going into this, I was like, oh no, are we gonna be like wrecked again, feeling like we killed Elvis? Happy to say I did not leave feeling like that. They give like the opposite message almost in this.
Which we should get to this later, but I want to talk about the difference, the sides of Elvis that are portrayed in each like Elvis movie, because then like we can talk about the Priscilla movie.
Yeah.
Okay. But first, I think we should read our letter.
Oh, we should should we read the description of the movie itself?
Oh, sure. Okay. This is the letterbox, so I don't know what this is.
But it's probably good enough.
So, long-lost footage from Elvis Presley's legendary Las Vegas residency in the 1970s, woven together with rare 16mm footage from Elvis on tour and 8mm from the Graceland archive, plus recordings of Elvis telling his side of the story, rediscovered during Baz Luhrmann's research for his 2022 film Elvis. Oh yeah, so, like, just that was basically it. But whenever Baz Luhrmann was going to create Elvis, they found 65 reels of never before seen footage of Elvis, and like especially it was mostly from his 70s like Vegas shows, and they used that, like some clips of that in the movie, and then that's like what Austin Butler studied for the movie,
which man had studied it. It was shot for shot.
Yeah,
like, it was crazy.
But then ever since 2022, when the Elvis movie came out, Baz Luhrmann has been teasing basically like, oh, I have all this footage and someday I'll release it. And everyone's like, release it. And so this is him like finally releasing the footage.
Yeah, and it was great.
And like he said, they found this tape recording of Elvis's voice. Like he was off camera and he's just telling his life story his way. No one else is speaking. And they used clips
parts
of
that
of his voice in the movie.
Which was
so
cool.
It's like no one else is talking about Elvis in the movie. Only himself is talking about Elvis.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, no one else was giving like an opinion on him.
Of like, oh, this is Elvis's life.
Yeah,
he was telling his story.
This is
Yeah. Okay, this was my review. Well, it's really long. It's basically what I just said. I said I have a love-hate relationship with Baz Luhrmann, but I've got crazy respect for him because he made a career out of making Elvis fan art, and that's the dream. I said, I left the theater feeling like I saw Elvis in concert. Thank you to Baz Luhrmann for creating this, putting in the hours, and for giving a big middle finger to AI. And then let me find your review.
I said, well, there was a quote he said, and I don't think I quoted it quite right because I couldn't remember exactly because it was right at the beginning, but I really liked it. He was talking about when, like, they were telling him he could dance and he had to stay still and everybody in the crowds were dancing or screaming or jumping or whatever. And he said, we were getting something out of our systems and nobody was getting hurt. I just really liked when he said that. He's like, there was just something in my system I had to get out. And if this was the way I was getting it out of my system, like, I wasn't hurting anybody. And,
and people didn't have to listen to his music. They didn't have to watch him on TV, but they did.
Yeah. And so then I also said, first I saw Jesse's mind explode when Elvis started singing Beatles songs, and then mine exploded when he sang Bridge Over Troubled Waters. Because he sang some Beatles songs, and then he sang Simon and Garfunkel, and I was like,
yeah, it was a recording of him in like a rehearsal, and he starts singing Yesterday, and then he sang Something by George Harrison. I was like, oh my gosh.
And then he sang a little snippet of Get Back.
It was like a medley of Get Back and his song Little Sister. It was like they were smashed together. It was really good.
Yeah, it was like, it was almost like it was the same tune in a way. Yeah. And he like realized that. It was like, oh, let's sing Get Back.
So good. Jumping to the Beatles.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about this in the car. It really put into perspective how short the Beatles were a thing, because the Elvis movie, well, the EPiC, starts out giving kind of this little rundown of the short and sweet version of this is Elvis
and how
this
he
is his
became
career.
Elvis. Yeah,
it was like a really fast cut. Like this is him young, and now this is him in the
currently
70s.
like where we catch up.
Yeah, and so Elvis like kind of he was famous in the early 50s, late 50s, and that's when the Beatles were growing up. Like they were literally teenagers, the perfect like Elvis fans, basically.
Yeah.
And then you get the British invasion, and they showed a little bit of that in the movie where they're like, the Beatles are coming over. And
basically, Elvis is dead. And,
yeah, people don't care about him anymore because of the Beatles. And that was in 63.
Mm-hmm.
So the Beatles were only a band. They were together from like 7 to 8 years. Because then, when Elvis is singing Get Back in Vegas, that's from the Beatles' last album.
Yeah, from 69, right?
Yeah. That's the final recording. So, like, in this film, we literally get the beginning and the end of the Beatles.
And
by
Elvis
the end of
is
it,
still
Elvis
going on.
is still going on, and he's now singing the Beatles. When before, they were singing Elvis songs.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy.
It is kind of...
They impacted music so quickly, and they were 20.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is wild.
I just have really random notes. So, they mention in this movie, there's like a interview with Elvis, and they asked him, are you like this all the time? Like, what are you like not on stage? And Elvis was he didn't say much. He was like, I am a very different, like, I can't keep this up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
the image is different than the man.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
And it's just like all of these movies and documentaries about Elvis, they're all showing such different sides of him. And I think that's why Elvis is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
It's because I just need to like understand this man because he's so... So I feel like the Priscilla movie shows... Well, obviously it's from Priscilla's perspective.
Yeah.
But it's showing kind of the darker side of Elvis.
Yeah. More the also the arrogant side.
Yes.
In a way. Because Jacob Elordi plays... Wait, Mom's seen Jacob Elordi in that!
Oh, yeah!
That's... Okay, sorry, side note to a conversation we had the other day.
Wuthering Heights just came out for,
Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Jacob Elordi.
But we were trying to explain to Mom who Jacob Elordi was, and we were like, we don't think you've seen him in anything, but actually she has.
Yeah.
But again, he's not in that a ton.
Right.
We'll have to remind her. Anyway.
But yeah, so that shows his loving side to Priscilla, but also the
kind of controlling,
the weirdness, and how he was a really strange person.
Yeah. And it's not like he just is weird. The things he did to control her in a way were just bizarre things.
It's just he was raised in a very weird way. He was a weird kid. And his parents were weird.
His mom was weird.
And so he was raised thinking he was God's gift to the earth,
Yeah.
So, yeah, he would be a little weird as an adult.
And arrogant.
Yeah. And Priscilla did not come from that background. No. And then, the Elvis movie focuses... It tries to, I feel get a little bit of everything. Maybe not the whole Priscilla thing. It doesn't focus on his darker side.
It more just shows that he really did love her.
Fan. Yeah, it showed his loving side. He loved the fans. He loved performing.
Yeah, it was more about the relationship between him and the fans, I felt. I feel like that's what
him
Elvis
and the
feels
fans
to me.
And the Colonel. It's a lot about his
Colonel.
relationship with the Colonel.
Which is,
And then this concert film was just about him as a performer and what it would have been like to be at an Elvis concert and why people were going crazy for this man. Because let me tell you, after we get the whole exposition of how Elvis gets to this point, gets the Vegas residency, there's just this shot of him backstage behind the curtain before, and he's just by himself in the dark, and it's just us.
And
him
he's
the
kind of shaking.
He's shaking. He's right up against the curtain, and you
he's not shaking because he's nervous. It's he's just hyping.
But there's a
up.
beat going on in the background, and you're my heart was pounding because I'm imagining myself in that audience, even though we were backstage with him.
Yeah,
I'm imagining myself in that audience, oh my gosh, I'm about to see Elvis on stage. And I was freaking out. I was oh my gosh. And then you just get like almost a full minute of the camera just going around him as he's waiting, and then all of a sudden you hear the horns come in, and then the curtain goes up, and the performer is on.
Yeah.
Like, he's in it.
Well, and I really loved, and I don't, like, I guess, I don't know if they really, like, do this anywhere else, or if anybody does this anymore, but, like, particularly when he was doing, I think, Polk Salad Annie, that song, and he's doing so much, like, build-up of what the song is, and he's talking and talking and talking, but then, like, the music is always, like, the beat is going in the back, and it's just, like, this, like, I was, like, the anticipation of whatever this song was gonna be was, like, kind of killing me.
Yes.
And I just, like, couldn't wait to hear it. And I was like, this is weird. Like, I've heard the song before, but, like...
Because it's, like, this whole hype.
It was, like, this build-up.
This story, and then he starts down in Louise. It, like, kind of gets quieter, and then all of a sudden it's, like, into the song.
That was... Yeah. I don't know, there was just something about that I was like, yeah, you would feel, like... He almost, like, did the show in such a way to, like... build up this anticipation the entire time you're watching it.
He was so good at orchestrating this show. Well, like, he knew people wanted to see a show. Like, I think he said that in the movie.
Well, he said he wanted every night to feel like it was the first night, because otherwise it'd be boring and no one would want to come see him if he looked like he was bored.
And he said they had 100 songs prepared or something, and he would say to the band, okay, right now we're gonna play Unchained Melody. Hit it.
Yeah.
And that band doesn't get enough credit. I don't know who they are as performers, but they were incredible.
Yeah.
And like, we were talking in the car after the movie, Baz Luhrmann is so good at showing the progression of Elvis songs, because especially like the first song, That's All Right Mama, that was like on the radio, his first version of it is so different from his version when he got back from the army. Yeah. And then it's so different from the version in Vegas.
Yeah.
And he always does those cuts where you're seeing young Elvis, then like movie era Elvis, and then Vegas Elvis. Yeah. And he's so different.
Yeah.
And all of the Vegas songs are so fast.
Yeah.
Like, the tempo is so fast. And, like, in that one song, was it Little Less Conversation? He literally stops singing the words and he's like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but so it kind of worked. It was really funny, like, the way he, like, did it. Yeah. I feel like one of the things he, like, would ad-lib in, and...
Comedian. It was like a comedy show, too.
Yeah, he was really funny. There was one other thing he had, like, said that I was like, that's, like, actually, like, so funny. But I can't remember what it was. Yeah. Exactly. Because there was a lot of those moments where I was like, what in the world? Like, it does really seem like he's just having fun up there. Because I think he was. I do think he genuinely was. But I liked how it ended with him. It, like, was the last song. The curtain drops. And we saw him behind the curtain when it ended, and then he's, like, kind of rushed off the stage, but it was him getting into an elevator, and he's kind of still shaking and bouncing.
That made me so emotional, and then, for some reason.
Honestly, his face kind of fell.
He looked...
And then...
beat.
I was like, his face kind of fell, but then he looked up and saw that the camera was on, and, like, didn't he, like, smile or something at the camera? And then as the elevator's doors are closing, and I was like...
Because he's just covered in sweat.
They, like, threw a towel on his head.
He said almost every night he lost 4 to 5 pounds.
4 to 5, yeah. If not more.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, the man never stopped moving, so. Oh
my gosh. And I love that they have footage of that. Because what do you do after a show like that, and then the curtain closes? Yeah. He acknowledges the band. And there's like, I gotta go crash.
Yeah. Well, he said, though, when he was talking about the gospel music, that it would take him 4 or 5 hours to calm down after a show. Because you are on, like, an adrenaline rush.
But I just love, the camera stays on him. He walks into the elevator. Yeah. And he just looks exhausted, but he loves it. It wasn't like a... wow, I can't believe this is horrible.
Yeah, I will say there did seem to be a sort of like...
there was like a heaviness.
Yeah. And it was like, ooh. And then, but then when he saw the camera and he like smiled, like, oh, there he is.
Yeah.
So it was just so like, you like saw a glimpse of like him.
Yeah.
Not the performer. Elvis. Like, you just saw a glimpse of the man, and then it was like, oh, wait, it's gone. He's back. And then the doors are closed. It's like, oh.
Yeah. Something that, I think this is like my last note. Well, this is a random. I said, if Colonel Parker has 0 haters, then Baz Luhrmann is dead. That man hates Colonel Parker.
They literally did not talk about him at all, except there was one mention of him, and You're the Devil in Disguise started playing, and it was like, but that was it. It was just like, You're the Devil in Disguise, and then boom, it was like, done talking about the Colonel.
So weird that when Elvis was famous, people knew about Tom Parker, because now, I don't know any musician's management team, like, I don't know.
That's true, yeah.
Who's Harry Styles' manager? You don't know that, but why was Elvis and the Colonel such a duo? Like, everyone knew him. It's just weird to me.
I don't know, and maybe it's also because, like, later it came out that he was, like, stealing money from him and stuff, so, like, maybe that's why people know, because there was, like, a scandal surrounding them.
Yeah. Some of the news clips they showed, like, whenever they had that moment talking about the Colonel, the news clips were, like,
it was also
the Colonel.
Well, it was also because that man, he had other shows before Elvis. He had other people.
Yeah.
And then, now he's got Elvis.
Right.
And I guess being a manager was maybe different back then. Like, it was a bigger, not necessarily like a bigger deal, but like maybe it was a bigger deal.
Mm-hmm. This is another topic. But I think it's funny. People talk so much now about if actors are media trained. And Elvis was media trained to the T.
Yeah, I was.
Because, man, you are not getting anything out of him.
No.
Because, like, that one scene he's in an interview. Well, first off, when the guy asked, like, who is Elvis behind the scenes?
Yeah.
And he, like, didn't really answer. And then they asked him who sells the I Hate Elvis pins, because it looks like it's the same guy who's doing the I Love Elvis ones. Like, do you get the profit off of that? And he was like,
I don't know about that.
I can't say. He did.
He
that
got
was
the money.
Whole thing was that they got money off of hate of Elvis.
Yeah.
And then, like, they were asking him about politics. And he said, I'm a performer.
Yeah, that's not it's my personal opinion.
I have my beliefs, but that's that. And then they ask him, well, do you think other performers or actors should not talk about politics? And he goes, I can't even say that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
People need some of that now, which that's the whole topic of, should these performers and actors, are they just for entertainment, or why do we need to know their personal beliefs?
Yeah.
But then it's, on the other hand, they have this huge platform.
Yeah.
Should they advocate for what they want to?
Yeah.
Or sometimes that causes even more problem and division, and it's just interesting.
Yeah.
I thought that scene was funny.
Yeah, so I guess
Bro was media trained.
Yeah, he was. He actually was. But I don't know. Overall, I definitely want to see it again. I'm glad we got to see it in theaters at least.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, I don't know. Us and a bunch of old people were watching it, but it was good.
The guy next to you was funny.
Yeah, he was like singing along sometimes, like not obnoxiously. Like I could just tell he was singing along, and it was really cute. And then, like, during the trailers beforehand, he was funny. He was commenting. He was tapping his feet to the Billie Eilish one, though.
Yeah, he was.
And I was like, okay, this man, like, Billie Eilish, she's gonna be, like, bopping to the...
Yeah.
I don't know. He probably didn't even know who she was. He just thought it was good, maybe. Is there anything else about Elvis
I don't think so. I don't know.
If you think of something later, you can always add it in. Well, on to the second movie in our double feature, Cold Storage. Okay, we have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts and opinions on this. I have one main thought, but then I have other thoughts.
To preface this, I am a simple woman. Did I only go to this movie because Joe Keery was in it? Yes. Would I have seen the movie if any other actor was playing that character? No.
I didn't want to admit that's actually my Letterboxd review.
Yeah, do read your review.
Here's my
read the description.
Here's my Letterboxd review. I gave it 2 whole stars, which that was probably being generous.
I gave it 2 stars also. It was entertaining.
I will say, I was entertained the whole way through. There wasn't a moment where I was not entertained, really.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, though, as a movie, it ain't good. Joe Keery. Okay, here's my review. It's a quote from the movie. He's got COVID, which was funny. That was the best quote in the movie.
He's got COVID.
Here's the rest of my review. I didn't want to admit that I was only seeing this for Joe Keery, ... However, after seeing it, I can confirm that I was only seeing it for Joe Keery. Bro was looking fine. I think this would have been better without Liam Neeson, which I think I misspelled Liam Neeson. How do you spell his last name?
Neeson?
Oh, did I spell it right?
I think that's how you spell it.
It looks wrong. Overall, I was entertained and got to watch Joe Keery on the big screen for an hour and a half, which I realized I had never seen Joe Keery on the big screen before, and so that was
a win.
A good thing. So here's the description of cold storage. When a mutating, highly contagious fungus escapes a sealed facility, 2 young employees, joined by a grizzled bioterror operative, what?
Grizzled is generous.
Actually, yeah. Must survive the wildest night shift ever to save humanity from extinction. And that's a fairly accurate description.
Yeah, that's good.
So, yeah. First off, Joe Keery.
First off, Joe Keery. That's all. I don't know what I was gonna follow up.
He just was honestly
blonde haired.
Like, yeah, we're
curly
biased.
hair.
Yeah, we're biased, but he was the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
Also because, okay, I guess I'm starting about the beginning of the movie. It starts out, and I was like, this is actually going to be great. Like, the way it started out, it, like, brings up, like, basically, in 1979.
Like in an 80s
the
movie.
Space station exploded, and they thought they cleaned it all up, and that it all burned up in space, but they were wrong.
It felt very 80s, because it was just, like, the typing on the screen.
Yeah, and so I was like, okay, this is the vibe of the movie I want to see. And there was so much exposition at the beginning. Like, at least 20 minutes. It was so much. But it was a lot, but it was also, like, it was kind of needed. And I wasn't, if the movie had continued the way I thought it was going, I was, like, going to be fine with it. Because I was like, it's very, like, campy-ish.
Yes. This was definitely, like, the prequel chapter of the book.
Yeah.
It felt it felt like the opening of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Or the book starts out, well, that's a whole other thing, never mind. But the book basically starts out with, like, on an island.
Yeah,
it's like
very setting it up really quick. Like, boom, this is where we're at. Right. Because also we agreed, this movie, like, so imagine a grand scale zombie movie. This is like, this would have been the exposition to that movie, except it was a whole movie in and of itself.
Because you know how every movie now, every superhero movie, Fast and Furious movie, it starts out and the world is about to end. Yeah, it's like entire universe.
Yeah, it's like 20 years ago this thing got out. Boom, here we are. It's desolate. It's horrible. There's like 5 people left.
And it's like impossible to stop this thing, but they're going to try. Mm-hmm. It's like, why is everything so
grand
scale, existential? Yeah.
So then it starts out with like, okay, there's this fungus, whatever. It kills this girl, but they think that they then like blow up this whole village that it was at. But they have a little bit of it in a vial. They take it to a government facility. It's like buried 4 floors deep in the earth in this bunker. But then it cuts to like the super rapid, like going through the years. Yeah. And this bunker is now no longer military. It's abandoned. It's graffitied. Oh, now there's a storage unit place in this bunker?
In Kansas? Was it in Kansas?
Kansas or something. Yeah. Somewhere where it's getting warmer because apparently global warming is taking effect. And, so Joe Keery's working the night shift there. Starts with him. This other girl's new.
It starts with him. Okay, this is so, like, 2000s character development. Like, he has his wired earbuds in. But this was
his only character development.
The character development went nowhere.
There was no character development.
I enjoyed it. But it's also okay, because it was over one night. Yeah. The movie was one night.
Well, that's true. And it was literally an hour. There was too many side plots in this movie.
They were trying too hard, yeah.
But anyway.
it starts out where he's listening to like a podcast or something about
like a self-help book or something like that.
How to take control of your life and
not basically like not let people walk all over you, which does come into play
later.
Because so he's like working, there's this new girl, but there's this weird beeping noise, and
like the beginning was just so much fun.
Yeah, the beginning was a lot of fun. I wish it had kept up with that. I mean, it still had that vibe, but like I wanted it more.
The whole beginning was very slow. They were taking their time and it was really fun. But then they ran out of time and the ending was like, boop.
That is true. Yeah, they're like, we gotta get this done.
We gotta get the zombies in here, guys.
Yeah, oops, we forgot.
There's no zombies here.
Yeah, so they like hear this beeping. They think it's coming from behind this wall. And this girl is like, hey, let's bust the wall down.
She's been here for 2 hours.
Yeah, she literally just got this job yesterday. And he's like, listen, I need this job. I can't be busting down walls. And because we find out he apparently was in prison, but not because he actually did anything wrong. Basically, he just said yes to the wrong person and
sat in a car while somebody robbed.
Yeah, he was the getaway driver, and he just should have said no. So he's on parole. That's why he needs the job. And he's like, just let me like. No, he does bust the wall down.
He does.
And then they're looking around, they find the light, and she's like, oh, it goes down to like sub-level 4. And he's like, well, that's blocked off. We only have 2 sub-levels. And she's like, look, there's a ladder tunnel down. Let's go. And he's like, oh, hold up, wait.
Like, Girlie applied to this job. Once this job, because we later find out that she has a child.
She's a single mom.
Yeah, she's a single mom. And first night of her job, she's gonna
vandalizing
go, like,
the place?
Yeah, like, explore this place and not do her job. It's like, do you want to get fired? Like, I was so confused by her character.
Yeah, she was a little confusing. I was like, kind of like, does she actually have a kid?
It was like the writers just needed to get them down there, and so they were like, this is the only way I can think of.
Yeah.
She's just strange.
So, like, Joe Keery has this whole little, like, spiel of, like, listen, I can't be saying yes to everybody because this is how I got myself into situations and I'm trying to learn to be better. And then he like stops and he's like, just give me a minute to think. And she's like, okay. And then he starts walking away and she's like, where are you going? He's like, well, we're going down there. Like literally
2 seconds thought.
No character development at all there. That was it. He like,
but I guess now that I'm thinking about it, it was only a night.
It was, which that is actually forgivable.
Yesterday.
That is true.
One of my
have that much character development.
The writing of this movie, first off, was questionable. But one of my favorite parts, which was not supposed to be funny, is Joe Keery. Oh, we gotta bring up the old lady.
Oh, yes!
So, Joe Keery, at the beginning, whenever he gets to his job, this old lady walks into the door because she has a storage locker there. And she's, like, on a mission.
She's like, I need to get down there. I need to go.
So, we find out that it's her anniversary with her husband who died.
Who knows how long ago. Yeah.
And she's going to her storage locker to shoot herself. But before she does that, she goes, I'm gonna take a nap because she has a cot in there.
So she's
napping with a gun on her chest. That comes into play later.
Yeah.
Remember that. Remember that. So, but as Joe Keery is walking her to the elevator, he's like, man,
it's hot.
It's hot. As he's actively wearing like 5 layers of clothing.
Yeah.
He has like 3 jackets on.
A shirt on.
His like work jacket, his yellow or orange jacket.
Yeah, another jacket over that.
Black jacket.
Like so many layers.
I'm not getting the vibe that it's hot out.
No.
Also because she was wearing a sweater. I mean, she's an old lady, but but that was kind of the get you thinking about global warming.
Yeah, this is what's happening.
It's hot
cold
here.
storage.
Cold storage. Okay, so they're going down.
They're going down. And I don't know, there was like so much stuff also happened. Like it kept cutting around to other people. Like then all of a sudden her ex shows up and he's like really like panicky and sweaty and like
something's in the trunk of his car.
I gotta find her, and he has a gun in the back seat and you're like, what the heck is happening?
Something is moving around in the trunk of his car. I was terrified. I was like, I actually hated that part for some reason.
It was very upsetting because I was like, he can't have a zombie in his trunk because like,
and then I was like,
we haven't even seen a zombie yet.
Like, is it their daughter? I was so confused. I was disturbed.
Yeah, it was upsetting. Well, he was very like, what?
Creepy.
But so they're like, come back to Joe Keery
stuff.
Yeah, there's like all this like government stuff, which it was so like honestly, I could have done without all of the government stuff. And Liam Neeson, don't put that man in any more movies. First off, he can't act.
Maybe I mean,
no.
His script was really bad.
No, I think he plays one character. I think. That wasn't even Qui-Gon Jinn. Qui-Gon Jinn is the only other character he can play.
Yeah.
This is just like, grizzled government agent.
I wrote in my notes, Liam Neeson existentialism. I can't say that word. Existentialism. There's the whole time he's like spitting these like one-liners
you don't know what's down there, and like they're gonna like
the fate of the world rests upon your shoulders, young one. Like
whatever. So he like gets a call that some alarm is the alarm that they're investigating is going off, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, we gotta go," because he was there at the beginning when the first outbreak happened. Blah blah
and
blah.
He's been concerned about
global warming,
this whole outbreak thing happening again, and the whole government system failed him. And the one guy he trusted died dead.
Yeah, and he didn't know that, but then he found out. And so he's like basically gotta go it alone. Also, the whole time he's like, "Oh my back. Oh my back."
Did he get injured during the exposition?
Yeah, he did. Somebody like whacked out his legs and he was like, "I can't feel my legs." Oh, he got hit by a car. I don't even remember.
Oh, something happened to his spine.
But so it like messed up his back, so he has like back issues. But this was like every time you saw him, he was like, "My back," or someone was like,
"My back,"
or someone was like, "Is your back okay? Are you sure?" Yeah, it's fine.
And then he's like climbing over walls.
Spoiler alert: his back was not fine.
The one moment it matters, back is out.
Wait, we haven't got to that. We're jumping too far. Okay, back to Joe Keery. They're going down. They climb down. They find the thing, and then they are peeking in the window of the freezer where the thing is, and they're like, "What? What is that stuff? That's weird."
They're like reading things on the walls.
They're like, "What is this place? Oh my gosh!" And they're in this room, and they're like literally there a solid 5 minutes looking around.
They have flashlights.
All of a sudden, they go, "Oh my god, what is that?" And you look in the corner.
Best part of the movie for Cinema Rats.
Yeah, this is peak Cinema Rat.
Volume
cinema.
at 1,000. How did they not notice this?
It's literally, and then it's apparently, which I want to look this up, a rat king. Apparently it's a medieval thing. According to the movie, I don't know if this is true, I'm assuming it is. It was something when, like, the plague was happening in medieval times, all these rats, because they'd be piled up together, their tails would get knotted around together.
Oh, God!
Wait, is there...
Oh, there's pictures! Okay, explain it.
So it's literally, like, a pile of rats, and their tails get all knotted together, and they're stuck together, so they're a rat king, because they're all tied together into one, like, large conglomerate of rats.
I'm crying.
Wait, do I want to see it?
It's like okay, let me read the description. A rat, it was literally what you said.
Oh, it's
a rat king is a group of rats whose tails have tangled together, creating a mass of interconnected rodents.
Ew! That's horrifying.
And in the 16th century, seeing one was a guarantee of plague and famine.
Oh, yeah.
So there's like literally this preserved rat king.
No.
Do you want to see it?
Yes. Oh my god. Okay, for those of you listening, look up what a rat king is.
Don't look up what a rat king is.
If you want to be horrified. But anyway, this was like casually in the corner of this room, and they're alive each other because they had been infected with the fungus.
But they were in this room for 5 minutes, and they did not hear.
Yeah, squirming around in the corner, and then they're like 2 inches away from it, and she's like, "Oh my god, that's disgusting."
She's sticking her face in this pile of rats,
and like meanwhile, we had seen like they really made it clear that the fungus affects your brain and is like spread in any way, shape, or form.
And like the original strain of it makes people climb, or animals.
Yeah,
climb,
it made them climb
so that
to like
whenever they because how this works is they're infected, it takes over their brain. They have one thing on their mind is to spread and to climb. So they climb, and then the next stage of this fungus is they explode into green goo.
Yeah, this movie was
disgusting.
Gross. Like gross for the sake of being gross.
I literally wrote down in my note, gross for gross sake.
I wrote gross. So yeah. But now, because this is a fungus, it's adapting to its environment. It's changing.
So now they don't climb.
So now they don't climb.
They actively seek out people.
So this comes into play. They're looking at the rat, and then they're like, "Let's get out." Joe Keery's like, "Can we please leave?" And she's like, "Yeah."
Random character point. She's training to be a vet.
That's true. That I only mentioned that one time.
Why?
Sometimes.
Just because she's looking at the rats, and she's like, "Oh, I know what this is."
Well, she was actually saying that when they were looking at the blinking light.
Oh yeah. It was so random.
It was bizarre.
It literally meant nothing.
We think this was based on a book, and we think there's a whole lot more in the book that because the man who wrote the book wrote the screenplay. We think he wanted to include everything he possibly could without explaining anything.
This book is his baby.
Yeah, 100%. And he was like, I just have to include little tidbits of everything. Yeah. Cut back to her ex up in the thing. He goes around to the back of his car, opens up the trunk of his car, and he's like, Mr. Groggins?
I don't remember.
Mr. Groggins, are you alive? Sorry I shot you. Blah, 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 blah. And then he opens the trunk and there's a cat laying there, which apparently he shot this cat.
This cat was dead when he put it in the trunk.
The cat whips its head around. Half of its head is missing because the fungus has gotten to it somehow, which we then later see how that happened. But then the cat basically, the cat climbs, but I think the cat was like smart and killing itself before
this was like the fungus, which this fungus was insanely fast. This was the fastest zombie fungus.
Only when it wanted to be.
It's like the smartest thing and it like adapted in an hour. It was quickly. The cat climbed, and then every other thing after that, it had like evolved and was like, smarter. I gotta find someone.
Yeah. Well, so the cat climbs up this telephone pole right after getting out of the trunk and basically kills itself on the telephone pole. And then after it does that, it explodes all over the man on the ground. And then he's like it's all over him. It's in his mouth. It's just like, again, disgusting to be disgusting. But then it is immediately taken over his brain. And he's like, I gotta find Naomi.
Immediately. But there's also all these disgusting cuts. Every time something is infected, it like shows their inner ear and then their brain. And the fungus like insanely fast growing on their brain.
And so then he's like, I have to go find Naomi. So whatever. And also it got on some deer that were walking around whenever the cat exploded. But so then we cut to, is that when we then get a little flashback of like 2 hours ago. Mm-hmm. And it's the fungus in the cold storage spreading out of that because the cold isn't working anymore. It gets on a bug. It goes past the rats, which that's how the rats get infected. Mm-hmm. This bug is crawling up and up and up and up and up.
Because it's climbing. It's
that's true. It's gotta get high. Yeah. So it's climbing, blah, 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 blah. It then gets smashed under the tire of the ex's car, which then the fungus climbs up the car into the trunk, reanimates the cat.
This is how fast this thing moves.
Yeah.
It's because that man drove into the parking lot, crushed this bug, and 5 minutes later gets out of the car and opens the trunk, and the cat is infected. That,
yeah,
I don't know.
Wild.
It was kind of crazy.
It was wild.
Yeah.
So then, we're just like explaining the whole movie. We don't realize this is fun.
I know.
It goes up. He's then inside looking for Naomi. And Joe Keery's nickname was Tea Cake. His real name was Travis. But anyway, they get up there, and she's like, what the heck is wrong with you? Because he's looking messed up. He's looking like a zombie. And he's like, I want to throw up. Open your mouth. I want to throw up in it.
And what? She's so casual about this. Like, this man is so disgusting. He's so disgusting in his normal day life. She was unfazed by him saying that. And Joe Keery's like, excuse me.
Yeah, she's like, he was in the wrong.
And she's like, oh, that's just my disgusting ex.
Yeah.
What?
So whatever. It just like, that escalates. He doesn't like blow up or anything right away. They are running around from him. It's because he didn't get to spread it yet. Yeah. That's why I was keeping him alive. And so he's running around trying to find them. These other people are coming in. They're boss? Question mark?
Yeah, the guy who like owns the storage.
It was their boss, and he's like selling stolen TVs or something as a side plot. But all these people come in to get the TVs.
He's like bikers.
And he's like, oh my god. Oh, also because one of the deer made it inside and exploded on the floor. So there's exploded deer on the floor.
Awful.
Yeah.
Horrendous.
And they're like, oh my god, your workers wrecked the place. Like,
and then they see the hole in the wall.
And he's like, I'm gonna kill him because he has a gun.
And then they heard a gunshot.
Well, they heard a gunshot.
Oh, because her ex had a gun and he shot it.
Yes, so they're like running downstairs and they're like, oh my god.
He's like, active shooter.
And so they're like downstairs and the ex is still wandering around and he finds all of these people and throws up on all of them. Disgusting.
Awful.
Disgusting. But then they're all locked in a storage unit, turning into zombies. Then the old lady comes out of her storage unit. She heard the gunshot, the first one, shoots him.
Yeah.
Shoots the ex. And then Joe Keery's like, you better get out of here, honey. It's a little crazy. You better go.
The only reason this old lady was in the movie. Yeah. And the only reason there was a plot point that she was going to kill herself is because they needed a gun.
Yeah. There was so much of that. We were talking in the car on the way home that everything in this movie had a single use. Yeah. Whether it was a person or an item, it was a single use.
Basically all of the characters had a single use. And
except for like
Joe Keery.
And Naomi, the main people.
Once they got their use, they were gone. They were dead or they left.
Yeah. And that just like happened with everybody.
Like the deer.
Yeah.
The boss.
Yeah. Everything, really.
Yeah.
The gun. The old lady. The ex. Like.
Yeah.
But so then Liam Neeson finally, at one point, Naomi, she calls the government and it's like, what the heck's going on? They're like, we're on our way. And Liam Neeson shows up and he's like, you guys, like, basically, also now this point is like, there's probably 15 minutes left of the movie.
Yeah.
It's almost over at this point. Wait, we didn't, our favorite quote was when, before the ex threw up on everybody and they saw him, the one girl goes, oh my gosh, he's got COVID. Because they're like, what's wrong with him?
There's things growing out of him. His face is green and he's got like the fungus on him. And she goes, he's got COVID.
Like, we started cackling. It was so funny. But so then, anyway, Liam Neeson's like, guys, you gotta take this bomb down.
Talking to these civilians.
Yeah, but he's basically doing this going like, he's telling them they're gonna survive, but he knows they're gonna die.
He's handing these civilians guns and
a bomb
strapped to their backs.
Yeah, and he's just like, basically, I'm gonna stay up here and shoot everybody that comes out of the building. And they're like, okay. But then, man is standing there. He shoots somebody, trips over his own feet after he sent them down into the basement, and is then lying there paralyzed on his back for the remainder of the time.
Oh, and
doing nothing. And he's out of
bullets.
This
literally also had no point. One of the zombies died like a couple feet from him.
Yeah.
And
it was raining.
It was raining, so there was a random plot point that rain makes it spread faster. So he's laying there and the fungus is slowly
creeping across the ground.
Him. That had nothing to do with anything.
It was just like a time because then that other lady showed up to save him.
And then also a point that literally had no... I don't even know why this was a point, was that the bomb that he had, the timer was really unstable. Yeah, so they had 9 to 16 minutes. But it could be shorter, it could be longer. He didn't know because the timer switches up.
Yeah.
Why? Why was that a plot point?
To make suspense more. Because then they get down to the basement, find out that Liam Neeson already set the bomb off, so they had even less time than they thought they maybe had. But they still made it up there.
That also didn't even matter.
They made it up super quick.
They yelled at him, and he was like, eh! And
he was like, I really like thought you guys were gonna make it.
I really had faith in you guys.
I had faith in you guys. Okay, sure. But then they drive away as the bomb is exploding, and it explodes at the whole kind of area that was contaminated, potentially, and they just live happily ever after, I guess. Liam Neeson wakes up in the hospital, he's fine. Joe Keery and this girl are maybe dating or at least hanging out with her kid.
Yeah.
And
adorable.
The movie ends and it was fine.
Whoa.
Except then they do a little cut to a deer in the woods throwing up zombie vomit on us. Which, whether that was like, I couldn't tell if that was just supposed to be like, haha, funny, or like, this is actually, they didn't stop it.
I really don't know. I was so confused by that.
Yeah. But okay, I have a better movie.
Yeah, we were rewriting this movie.
We were rewriting the movie. This is what I think it should have been. I should think there should have been no Liam Neeson, no government stuff. It should have just been Joe Keery and this girl in the storage unit being like, what's going on? Like, let's try to, like, them figuring it out on their own. Mm-hmm. And literally Joe Keery at one point in time is like, let's just call the government and they'll come with like helicopters and speakers blasting Don't Fear the Reaper and like they'll take care of it and it'll be fine. And so he literally says that. I was like, that's funny. Then so the movie though should have been them figuring it all out as they're driving away thinking they've solved the zombie problem. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden the government does come in blasting Don't Fear the Reaper and blows the place up, and then it's like, oh, like they did it for nothing. Like, yeah, I would have maybe been mad at that ending, but I also think I would have laughed.
Yeah.
Because then they did play Don't Fear the Reaper during the credits. Some weird version of it.
That was funny.
But anyway, you had something about...
I don't remember how I rewrote it. I said basically keep everything the same, just in different orders. Like, start the movie out, no exposition, we just jump in with Joe Keery. Yeah. And he's having his own little character exposition. Yeah. Where we're going through his life. And then he finds the zombie guy comes in, the deer, and they have like literally, we have no idea what's going on because we don't know about the whole, it was in space 20
years ago,
20 years ago, and people know about this, and this was a government facility. Like, if we were finding that out as he found it out, where they break open the wall and they're like, oh, this is a government thing. Yeah. And then, like, whenever they call Liam Neeson, then we're getting Liam Neeson is explaining to him, because it felt like we got things explained to us twice, because we had the beginning, everything was set out for us, and then we had to go through it all again when Joe Keery found out about it. And
Naomi were learning it,
So I think they should have done it backwards, and then we're getting all the backstory. I don't know.
And honestly, if they had just leaned into, like, the goofy, like, campy stuff more, I would have, like, I don't know, because then I would have been, like, even more like, they were trying to be serious at some points with Liam Neeson. That's why I think if they cut Liam Neeson out, it would have been actually funnier and just, like, flowed better. Yes. Because the only person's dialogue who made any sense was Joe Keery's and Naomi's, but, like, Liam Neeson's was, like, you're not in the same movie. You're not even in the same world as them.
See, this was almost a bottle movie, which I just learned this term recently. So it's a movie that is primarily set in a single location over just a very specific period of time. Yeah. Which, wait, I had a list of... But it pretty much is...
Except for...
Right, they add in, like
they go to Australia.
Rear Window is, like, a prime example of a bottle
That's
movie.
True.
Rear Window, Breakfast Club.
Like, characters stuck in a location.
Yes, and, like, this was such a fun location. And, like, we were talking about, I feel like the author of the book had a prompt of, what if a zombie outbreak happened underground in a storage locker? Yeah. And that's a fun story. Yeah. And that's, like, the reason why the story was written, is just to explore the location, the characters. It was fun. It was different.
As much as we're, like, saying these goofy things about, like, it was a fun movie. Yeah. I don't know that I will ever watch it again unless I just want to see Joe Keery running around. But
also, like, it was, like, the zombies were the same old zombies. There wasn't anything special about them, except that it was insanely fast.
Yeah, and they were gross.
And they were disgusting. But, like, this was the same old zombie movie as, like,
it's not rewriting any sort of zombie. It's a zombie movie, plain and simple.
Right. My friends at school made me watch this movie called Train to Busan, I think. Have you heard of this?
I think so.
It's like a foreign movie. It's like an Asian movie, I think. And it's literally, what if a zombie outbreak happened on a train.
I have to.
Good movie, horrifying.
How did you ride a train then after you saw that?
It was like, this movie was the worst zombie movie I've ever seen.
Really?
It was awful. Like, I hated that movie only because I don't really like zombie movies, but you'd probably love it.
Probably.
But it's like, that's the typical zombie movie of, oh, what if an outbreak happened on a train? What if it happened underground? What if it happened in a city? Okay, now.
Would you like them in a house? Would you like them in a house? A Dr. Seuss zombie movie, if you will.
Yeah. Bill Hader as the Cat in the Hat.
With a fox.
But zombie.
In a box. But anyway.
So yeah, it was fun. The vibes were there.
But
they could have been...
It was just like some misses.
Yeah. They were trying a little too hard.
Yeah. Definitely. And I just don't understand Liam Neeson's presence in it at all. But that might just be a me thing.
Yeah, I think we should really quickly rank our favorite zombie movies.
Okay, am I allowed to include like TV shows as well?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Like your favorite zombie adaptations or whatever.
Ooh, okay. Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Because you have probably fewer than me.
Yeah, I only have a couple.
I don't know why I like a zombie movie. Either I don't know why. I just do. But anyway.
I don't know if I've talked about it on the podcast before.
I don't think you have. I don't think we've talked about zombie movies.
Zombie movies make me suicidal.
Okay, no.
I think I have talked about this on the podcast.
Yeah, I think we have. I didn't know where you were going. The thought of an apocalyptic situation makes Jessie potentially suicidal if she imagined herself in a situation like that.
Because apparently there are other people like me who, if I was in an apocalyptic situation, I don't even care if there's a chance I would live. I don't want to live with having to see any of my family or friends die. The possibility of that, no. I don't want to live with the memories of zombies or whatever awful thing is happening to the earth in this apocalypse. I'd rather just end it. I don't want to live through any of that. I don't want to experience that. I'd rather just experience one thing, death. Like, do I want to experience all these awful things and then die? Or just die?
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
I don't, but
so
I do know what you mean, but I don't agree.
Zombie movies are like the worst possible situation for me.
Yeah.
And anyways, so I don't watch a lot of... So my favorite zombie movie starting off...
So you've seen a few.
Favorite zombie movie is Zombies by Disney Channel.
Yeah. A top tier movie.
Actually so good.
One of the last good Disney Channel movies.
Yeah.
Very entertaining.
Favorite zombie movie. Second is Warm Bodies with Nicholas Hoult.
Pretty funny.
Which is really funny. Mild zombie movie.
Very mild.
And then the Maze Runner trilogy, if you consider those zombies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the whole virus thing.
Yeah. I mean, at least the second one on. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that all the zombie movies I've seen? With Train to Busan, I guess, just because it was a really well-made movie.
Yeah.
But horrifying, and you could never pay me to watch that movie.
Yeah. Would Cold Storage rank in any of this?
Cold Storage is probably fourth then, and then Train to Busan is
okay, what about The Last of Us?
Season 1, top tier, I love that. Season 2.
But not for... Okay, as a zombie, not because you're mad about
It's also barely about zombies.
It is. The first one is more about zombies than like the second
first
one.
Episode.
Yeah, but
it's all like, kind of the aftermath.
I guess it's just like
apocalypse.
Post-apocalyptic.
I mean, there's zombies in it.
Post-apocalyptic,
yeah.
But
I really love the first season.
See, it just, to me, it's that vibe of like burned out America.
See, that's terrifying to me.
No, it's terrifying to me, but there's also like, it's just something about the setting of it. Like,
I don't like the vibes.
The grunginess, the
dustiness.
The cars on the highway and you're walking down the highway.
There's always that shot.
Like, I don't know why. There's something about that shot that I'm always
the cities that it's like silent.
See, the cities, that freaks me out. Like, I don't know. The buildings scare me. It's just like something about like walking across the land to me. That's like
Morgan.
I guess
like the West.
I think that's maybe what I yearn for. That maybe to me is because it is like
what's that
the
called?
only way westward expansion.
Yeah, or the like when they
manifest destiny.
Yeah, manifest destiny. That's your manifest destiny is walking across a zombie-ridden highway.
No, but that's actually not because to me that would be proving that that would tie into my whole theory that manifest destiny is a lie and a myth.
Yeah.
Because it is. But I'm just saying, like, then if we were, it would even prove even more that manifest destiny, because, like, zombies took over everything, and we have nothing anymore.
And now we're manifest destinying again. Round 2.
No.
We gotta rediscover the West.
Go West round 2. Maybe it is just that idea, because I would love
cosplaying the Oregon Trail. Real-time zombie apocalypse version.
Maybe that is why I like it, actually.
Make that movie.
I think they have made that movie. Actually, I think there may exist a Donner Party zombie-esque movie. I think there's
what?
I feel like I've read something like that exists before.
That's awful.
I know, I don't think I could watch that. Like, as much
actually, it's actually just the story. There's they don't even have to make stuff up.
No. Okay, anyway. Zombies. I don't know if I have an order of zombie movies. I love the vibes of, like, The Last of Us. Like, the vibes of that one capture, like, I think why I like zombie movies the best. Like,
especially, like,
the feel of it.
The town situation.
Yeah, like,
how they're rebuilding
scape.
this, like, government system.
Yeah, it's, like, something about that. It's, like, the picking up the pieces after the event.
The politics of post-apocalypse.
Yeah, of, like, rebuilding a life.
Maze Runner touches on.
Yeah, that is true. It does. Yeah. I don't know. To me, I don't know that I feel like I can include Maze Runner in this because it is a zombie movie, but it feels so different. It's almost in like a whole other category for me.
Yeah.
Of like
so
YA dystopia. Probably The Last of Us, honestly.
Oh, okay.
I really like that whole...
I thought, what's the main one?
World War Z.
Yeah.
World War Z is good, but it's like, I don't know. I will say, the whole part where they're in Jerusalem, when I was in Jerusalem, that was super, like, all I could think was like, oh my god. If the zombies were running the street and the one guy no, Jesse, there's one part
I would not do well in that situation. No.
There's one part, Jesse, where literally it's like going to Jerusalem and like they've built up walls to keep the zombies out and stuff. Mm-hmm. But the zombies figure out how to get over the walls. They like pile on top of each other and push each other over the walls. But so then they're running around the cramped streets of Jerusalem because the streets are so narrow. The zombies are. And literally, when we were going around, me and Lamar, like, because he'd seen World War Z, because I had been making comments, like, when we go to Jerusalem, I'm going to be freaked out. And he was like, no. So there was literally one moment, and I think there's a video, actually, that somebody took, and you could hear me and him in the background talking. And he's like, Morgan, the zombies. And I was like, I know, I was literally just
everyone's
thinking
like,
about it.
Jesus walked the street, and you guys are like, zombies!
No, but it was, like, that, I was a little freaked out, because, and, like, not that was true, but, like, the streets were so narrow, and it was scary, and it was making me think about the movie.
I don't think my brain could have computed, if I was there at that moment, that, that movie was a movie and not real.
Yeah.
I would not have survived that trip.
Yeah, World War Z is definitely not my favorite.
Okay.
Of them, just, like, it's good, but it's not my favorite.
It's just, like, the classic.
Warm Bodies is not my favorite. I think I like Zombieland better.
Okay.
I think it's just because I like Jesse Eisenberg more than Nicholas Hoult, maybe. And he's just funny.
Yeah.
But that's more like a funny one. Warm Bodies is good. Cold Storage is probably up there. But I won't probably watch it again. Really. Just because it was gross.
Yeah.
I can't even... Oh, what means zombie? I do love Zombies, the Disney one, but...
Of course.
I can't think of any.
I just don't understand. Do people actually, like, is there some probably middle-aged man somewhere who watched Cold Storage, and whenever they're, like, throwing up in disgust, they're like, yeah, it's disgusting! Like, people do people like gross movies?
I think, yeah, I don't know, but I think they do.
I don't understand that. Like, what is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, he threw up on him!
Yeah. It's disgusting! It got in his mouth!
Yeah, I just don't understand the appeal of a disgusting movie.
No.
I don't know.
No, not like that. But anyway, I think that's probably my end. I don't know that I have anything else. I feel like we've been going on for so long.
I know, yeah, that's kind of it.
But it's fine. I mean, entertaining. If you want to be entertained and you don't mind that, watch it. If not,
even if
don't.
You don't want to be entertained, but you want to watch Joe Keery in a movie, watch it. If you're like, all of a sudden you discover Joe Keery and you're going through his entire filmography, watch Cold Storage. It holds up.
It's fine. Go watch Spree, actually. Which that movie's messed up.
I don't think I could ever watch that movie again. It's like a lot. But Joe Keery's so good in it. Watch Marmalade.
Marmalade's the best.
The best Joe Keery movie.
I will say I watched that, the one with him and Lily James that was like, that was Italian. I don't know why I can't remember the name of it. That's gonna bother me. But it was good. He was barely in it. And he was like good for a little while, and then he turned out to actually be a jerk.
Oh dang.
And it was like, oh great, I didn't need that. But and Willem Dafoe is in it randomly with Lily James.
Of course.
And them. It's like so weird, but like Joe Keery's been in a movie with Willem Dafoe. Okay. Although everyone's been in a movie with Willem Dafoe, so it's not special.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So last point, Joe Keery. Blonde Joe Keery. Blonde Joe Keery in Cold Storage with an earring. Blonde Joe Keery in Cold Storage with an earring and prison tattoos. Blonde Joe Keery in Cold Storage with blonde hair and an earring with prison tattoos and a tattoo on his neck that says howdy?
What was that? I was like, what?
That was so random. I was like, explain that tattoo to me.
Yeah. He was in prison, I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's all we got right now. I really want to go see How to Make a Killing with Glenn Powell whenever it's somewhere. I can't think.
Coming out?
Wait, we need to see Five Nights at Freddy's 2 whenever it should be streaming on
We need to see Hamnet.
When we see Hamnet, we got to do an episode on Hamnet. When Allie's home, we need to do Marty Supreme.
Yes.
And maybe after we've watched it again, because Allie could probably write a dissertation.
Did we do one on the Bruce Springsteen? I can't speak.
No, we didn't. Because it's been a year since we did. I think the last one we did was Complete Unknown.
That's true. That's crazy. And we were talking about the Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to watch it again. We need to make Dad watch it, and then we'll
do another one. Maybe, yeah. I guess till next time.
A year from now.
Don't engage in any Rat King behavior.
If you see your friends. Where am I going with that?
I don't know. Never mind. Cinema rats. Please avoid Rat King's scenarios.
If there's a plague type situation and you're around a lot of people, they're getting a little mangy, stay away. That's the Rat King that's a bad omen, and that's a Rat King about to happen. And you don't need to be involved in that. That's a lot of drama and like just really bad energy.
A situation you can't get yourself out of.
Actually, physically
you can't. Look up the picture if you need further confirmation that you can't get out of this situation.
It was crystallized.
It was like that was more than I've ever seen in my life.
It was like if a Rat King happened in Pompeii, and it was preserved. Like I don't know what picture that was.
Just said like everything. Like
stay away from Rat Kings. If someone wants to throw up in your mouth, no,
back away, sir. Just avoid things. Avoid storage units and bunkers. And just
Liam Neeson
at all costs. Avoid him. No. At all.
He'll spit some existential poetry at you.
Wait, poetry! One last thing. we didn't talk about in the Elvis movie that Bono wrote some slam poetry about Elvis and read it at the end.
Some fan fiction slam poetry.
Anyway, that's all. I don't even remember any of it, but it was just like hilarious that he wrote the slam poetry. Anyway, till next time, Cinema Rats.
Keep making Elvis fan art.
Stay safe. Goodbye.